So I was eating breakfast with a good friend of mine and my father's when suddenly he asked me what I was up to. I told him about my Turo side hustle and how I had several cars being rented to others. And then he told me that wealthy people own real estate, not cars. This bothered me because I knew that he didn't really understand. He's an older guy, so I knew that he kind of didn't understand the whole peer-to-peer rental concept. But it did make me think if I was too heavily weighting my investment and risk into Turo alone. This conversation I had with him was what triggered the beginning of the end on my Turo journey. To everything in life, there's an alpha and an omega, meaning there's a beginning and an end. Today, I'm just sad to announce that Turo will be on a list of the side hustles I used to do. Now you want to watch this video because I'll be talking about 3 reasons of why I quit Turo. And trust me, whether you're watching this video in 2021, 2022, or 5 years from now, there are things in this video that could be relevant to you. And if you feel you're in a similar situation as I am in right now, even though I love being a host on Turo, there's a time where you have to know when to move on, and that's what's happening to me. I'll also be sharing a breakdown because again, this technically will be my officially last video on Turo, so I will be doing a breakdown of all the numbers, all the profits, how much money did I make through my entire Turo journey, and you don't want to miss that. And so don't forget also to help me by smashing that like button and consider subscribing because I'm in the journey of reaching a $1 million net worth. And so I just record myself doing a whole bunch of different side hustles and sharing my tips and knowledge of what I'm learning along the process. Hopefully my goal is to help and document my journey along the way. But well, let me go ahead and start with reason number 1. I just don't have time. Now, I know I've made several videos specifically on YouTube actually on how you can automate your fleet on Turo and how I have a agent and a person that cleans my car and it's pretty much almost passive income. But I really just have too many things going on right now. Just do the math with me. I have 24 hours in one day, minus 4 hours of eating and family time, 4 hours for sleep. That leaves me with 14 hours, minus 9 hours of my full-time job per day. And that leaves me with pretty much 5 hours a day for me to manage 2 businesses, a YouTube channel, and a Turo fleet. So I had to drop something. I won't sacrifice my family because for me, family comes first. I don't want to stop doing YouTube videos because I like where my channel is going. And I don't want to close any of my businesses because one of my businesses has been open for 3 years and it's finally making a profit. And the other one, which is an outsourcing call center, it's honestly like a money printing machine. So unfortunately, when I took this decision, I knew that Turo was the first one that had to go. Now, don't get me wrong, again, Turo is a great side hustle, but for me, the time came where my other side hustles are making more than Turo. Now, reason number 2 is I don't have a car. If you already saw my video about selling my Tesla Model 3, then you could skip to the next reason. But before I talk about all the details, a year ago, which roughly was around October 2020, I made a video on how I wanted to buy a Tesla Model 3 to list it on Turo. Because when I tried to rent a Tesla for my trip to Utah, which again was a year ago, I made the calculations how 4 days of rental would almost amount to the monthly payment of a Tesla. So then I had the thought of buying a Tesla Model 3, I made a plan, and the plan eventually became an action, which 3 months later, I was getting delivery of my Tesla Model 3 and I was listing it on the platform. In November 2021, which was roughly a month ago, Driveway offered me $42,600, which would leave me with a $10,000 surplus profit. So I decided to sell it and use this money for something else. But since my whole plan with Turo was to actually list a Tesla Model 3, my goal was never really to have an economy car rental fleet or to do something else. It was honestly just for me to own a Tesla Model 3 and be able to pay it off from Turo. Then I guess me not having a Tesla anymore makes no sense for me to really stay in the platform. Finally, reason number 3 is wealthy people own real estate. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm belittling people who do Turo, or I'm saying that you can't become wealthy by simply renting out cars on Turo. Because again, I personally have seen a lot of people who have made hundreds of thousands, if not probably millions of dollars in profit. Because again, I would do consulting sessions and meet people here in Vegas or, just other places that were very successful and had lots of cars. But like I said in the beginning of the video, even though there's an alpha and an omega to everything, and even though it's a finish line of my journey as a Turo host with over 118 trips, 104 reviews, being an all-time host for over 65% of the time, it is also the beginning of a new side hustle that will be aimed more towards real estate. After I had that conversation with my friend, whom he's extremely successful when it comes to real estate, it triggered me to take a more active approach and to move on to the next phase on my journey. At least for me, I don't want to get too comfortable in a side hustle, and I need to stay focused on my objective, which is that getting that $1 million net worth. Which again, if you guys think about it, it's gonna be a lot easier if I have 3 to 4 properties that could amount to $1 million that normally appreciate, rather than having 20 to 30 cars that normally depreciate. It has just higher risk, and it's gonna be just a lot more work. Now again, Turo is a great side hustle and I love it. And just so you know how much this side hustle made me, which I will forever be grateful because it will almost help me for the deposit of my next rental property, I'm gonna go ahead and disclose the numbers right now. So when I bought the Tesla Model 3, I paid $5,000 in cash between sales tax and registration. My loan with the bank was open for $38,000. So in total, the liability here was $43,000. I made in rental income on Turo between 2020 and 2021, $21,165. And when I sold my Tesla Model 3, I got $42,600. So in the 1 year that I did Turo, I made a $21,565 profit. That is actually very good money. I mean, considering that I only put 4 to 6 hours per week, and if we go with the highest number of putting 6 hours per week, that comes out to 316 hours per year, which then if we divide the profit between all those hours, it would actually come out to $68 per hour, which again, that's pretty good money. Now imagine if I would have had 3 or 4 more Teslas. So again, Turo is a great side hustle, but unfortunately I just can't do it full time. And because of that, I'm gonna have to focus on activities that are gonna be paying me more than $68 per hour, because I just, again, don't have time in my day. And I need to really be careful where I'm allotting all my time and which one is just more profitable for me. But well guys, there you guys have it. This is technically officially the last video I'll do about Turo. I mean, I still don't know what the future holds. Maybe I'll still get into Turo, maybe 6 months, a year from now. I never know what may happen. But I really hope that you have enjoyed my Turo video collection, my whole, I think it was more than 40 videos that I did about Turo. I mean, I've met so many great people. I'm still gonna be helping people. I know I still have the Turo break-even calculator, the text messages templates. I'm still gonna be answering questions, but you know, just not with frequent videos of new updates, because I'm just not in that space anymore. So again, guys, thank you so much for everyone, for all the support you have given me. Again, stay tuned. Be sure to stay subscribed if you're interested in what's coming up next, because I'm going to be focusing more on Airbnb and creating a video catalog for Airbnb hosts. So again, if you're possibly interested in eventually getting into real estate as well, or into becoming an Airbnb host, well, you know who to reach out to, or you know who to watch, because I am not an expert, but trust me, I'm gonna get the hang of it, and I'm gonna be sharing exactly what's going on and my tips and my suggestions as I'm learning along the way. So again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to comment with any questions. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.